Kelly Pryan. I'm one of the outpatient dietitians here at Wellstar, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some tips on how to stop reflux. I think some of the biggest things with reflux is really trying to find out what your trigger foods are and really trying to trial certain foods. So some of the big triggers for reflux include things like chocolate. Chocolate tends to be a trigger for some people. Peppermint and spearmint products as well. Trying to be careful of any sort of carbonated beverages. So whether it's any sort of club soda, any sort of, energy drinks or sodas in general. Also being careful of any sort of citrus foods. So whether it's lemons, also oranges are very citrusy. Things like tomatoes can also be common triggers. So just to be careful of consuming a lot of tomato products. So whether you're eating tomatoes, having tomato sauce, things like salsa can also be big triggers. Lastly, I would watch a little bit of your fat intake. So eating a high-fat diet can also cause a lot of symptoms. So even if they're healthy fats, things like nuts and seeds, they can cause some symptoms as well. To be mindful of eating products that maybe have a lot of oil in them, a lot of butters, also some high-fat products such as cheese as well. Those are all things that can cause some triggers, to just be mindful of those. So usually I recommend taking out a lot of these common trigger foods for a couple weeks and then slowly introduce them back in, because everyone is a little bit different, to see what foods might have bothered you and what foods don't. So there's also a lot of lifestyle changes that you can make that can really help with reflux as well. So certain things I recommend is maybe eating more smaller, more frequent meals, just so your stomach is not full of food, because that can make symptoms worse. So usually I recommend maybe 6 small meals a day, or getting those snacks in between your meals. So kind of having a snack or a meal every 3 to 4 hours can be helpful with symptoms as well. I do recommend eating in a calm environment. So really trying to take your time, eat slowly, enjoy your food, not to try to eat too fast. Also, trying to stop eating 3 hours before bed. And that'll give us a good amount of time for the food to digest, so we're not going to bed with a full stomach. And lastly, smoking. I know smoking can also lead to symptoms as well. So hopefully this has been helpful to give you some tips on ways to, prevent reflux, to help with some symptom relief. And the biggest thing is to know that everyone is different, so really do a trial and error and see what bothers you the most. If you're interested in learning more information, you're welcome to meet with myself or another registered dietitian. You can click the link below, and thank you for listening.